Alright, so I like to speak out for men because men often don't speak out for themselves against the atrocious criticism or blatant lies of female propaganda and feminist bullshit. In other words, I guess you could say it, lack of better terms. And so I'm going to go down a little bit of a thing here, just from my Facebook posts, and point out several different things and mock the nowadays feminism movement and females of the nowadays accordingly. As posted by the Huffington Post, it's time to acknowledge male victims of domestic violence. With more feminism comes more violence towards men. Let's acknowledge this. Because as we know, and as I've seen, there have been many videos of females hitting on men and acting like they're so big and bad because they're hitting a guy that won't hit them back. Mind you, these are men that have self-control. Now, I have self-control too, to a point. Should I feel the need to defend myself, no matter your gender or your race, I will do so. So I look at these videos and I'm just like, oh boy, you are so fucking lucky that isn't me, or else you would be feeling equality. You would so be feeling equality. And that's not a threat, that's a guaranteed promise. If anyone wants to start hitting up on me 13 times and just trying to hit me as hard as they can and smacking glasses off and the whole 10 yards like I saw in the video, yeah, your ass is gonna get what equality really is about. If women can hit men, men can hit back. Next is from CBSNews.com. A teacher accused of having sex with student and buying gun for robberies. We all know that this woman will be let go of all charges due to being a female. Due to how females are always so goddamn oppressed and always the victims, don't you know? Next, and this is the most recent one. This is from conservativenews.com. A feminist mom promises to turn a 3-year-old son into a proud princess, whether he likes it or not. So, as I said in the previous video, feminism is the KKK of the genders. Well, not only is feminism cancer to society and the KKK of genders, but now they advance to the Hitler Nazis of the genders. Let's move on, shall we? This next one is from the nypost.com, as shared by a Voice for Men. Teacher accused of having threesome with students is found not guilty. Guess the gender of the one who was accused but is not guilty. Guess the gender. Oh wait. Did you guess male? Wrong! It was a female. Who else, right? If it was a male, it would be guaranteed jail time. But it was a female, so of course she's gonna get let loose. As I said before, if it was a male, he wouldn't have a chance to walk or be, he would be found guilty instantaneously. The double standards is real. As such, females just have it so bad. So bad indeed. And they're just so underprivileged as second-class citizens. It's just too much. The world is against them and they're so oppressed and unfairly treated. Men always have it in their favor. What a joke. This next post is brought to you by odt.conz. This is from another country, but nonetheless it was shared by a Voice for Men. Children most often killed by mothers. Yeah, that's right. Females. Tell us something I don't know. As such, it's men that are always the violent ones. Now this last one, I highly encourage everybody to watch, male or female, but specifically more so female. This is from the men's rights activism universe. It's from a female who authored Self-Made Man. To give a little synopsis of this, it's a female spent 18 months disguised as a man and now considers women, females, to be more privileged than men. After having experienced the lives of both sexes, she went into experiment expecting to live a life of privilege and entitlement as a man. She was mistaken, highly mistaken. It turns out she now views women as the entitled and privileged sex. She expected socializing with men would be mean and cold. She actually found men to be warm, genuine, and friendly, and compared it to her social experiences with female peers as comparatively more superficial, fake, and fleeting. Ooh. This woman's experiment serves as a huge blow to the feminist narrative about how privileged men are and how oppressed women are. And in the video, it shows a little clip of how it went down, kind of like a small, short little documentary on it. It was exceptionally well put together, and it perfectly goes with everything. I loved it. And I fully support this woman for what she did. We need more women like that in this world. So let's go on. In this one, from a post of the Huffington Post shared by Discrimination Against Men, it states, "Teacher can't stop smiling after being accused of having sexual relations with a teen." Yet another female teacher having sex with a student. And in her mugshot, she's got the biggest of smiles. The wrist slap judicial system makes her laugh. I'm sure that is what it is, probably. She knows she's going to get away with it. Just imagine if this was a male doing this. Oh my God, would the media and the feminists be going fucking apeshit? Fucking apeshit! Because females are always the victims and have it so tough and are oh so very oppressed. This next article is brought to you by Inquisitor.com, shared by Discrimination Against Men. It titles it, "Wendy Davis dumped her husband as soon as he paid off her student loans." I read this at the time, and if I'm not mistaken, his words were something like, "She left me right after the final payment." Because men are users and abusers and losers, and women, they never are. Fucking bullshit. This next article is brought to you by Telegraph.uk, shared by Discrimination Against Men. It It is titled, Construction Tycoon Left Homeless After Ex-Wife Wins 80% of His Property in Divorce. No man's property are safe. Because females, they have it so tough and are always the victims. They are so very oppressed and have it so bad compared to males. Again, keep thinking that you're so underprivileged and you have it so bad. You're delusional. Nowadays females are so full of shit, it's great. This next article is presented by HuffingtonPost.com. It is titled, Study Finds Huge Gap Between How Long Men and Women Spend in Prison. A new study by Sanjay Starr, an assistant law professor at the University of Michigan, found that men are given much higher sentences than women convicted of the same crimes in federal court because females are so oppressed and are victimized and always have it worse than men. Oop, there goes reality. And now I'm going to read a few posters that I got from a few posts here. The first one reads, let's talk sex. If a male wants sex, they're desperate. If a female wants sex, they're sexually liberated. But if we want sex, males, then it has to be on their terms. Don't man cremate. The next one is entitled, Here I Am, Giving Away Half My Life Savings. When it was you who cheated on me. When it was you who broke my heart. When it was you who ended our marriage. Don't man cremate. You want gender equality? Take it. I don't have to hold the door. I don't have to hold the bags. And I don't have to give my seat. Nor do I have to keep the toilet seat down. Don't man cremate. Even products discriminate. Short men don't have heels. Ugly men don't have makeup. Stupid men can't be blonde. Don't man cremate. The next one is entitled, So Fair. When you slapped me, I was wrong. When I slapped you, I have anger issues. Don't man cremate. The next one is entitled, When we don't discriminate against a pussy, a vagina, why do you? Small dick, big dick, fat dick. Don't man cremate. The next one. It's a man's world bullshit. I don't get free drinks. I don't get free entry. I sure as hell don't get sympathy. Don't man cremate. Which brings me, of course, to my last little thing here. This is again shared by Discrimination Against Men from news.com AU, Australia, presumably. A new generation of young boys are catching on to what's called MGTOW movement and vowing to not cater to women's selfish needs or place women before themselves. Even young boys are waking up to the selfishness of many women and declaring that they owe women nothing. As such, it is entitled, Teenage Boys Joining Men Going Their Own Way. Again, it's something that I would highly recommend to male readers. As such, with how feminism has gotten out of control, now women are so goddamn independent and just they have everything on their own now, and they have their own apps, their own everything. Female this, female that, gender bias this, gender bias that. You know, females have literally divided the world more than it already is. We already have religion dividing people and dividing people, politics being divisive, race, in gender in general, but now we have women literally cutting it down like this. If there's a male construction site, there has to be a female construction site. I mean, there cannot just be a male related thing because it's otherwise considered sexist, so there has to be female versions. So since they want to literally cut it in half and demand that they get paid more and demand all these other unrealistic things, because they already have it better than us as is, these men are just saying, fuck you, go fuck yourselves, and go leech off some other loser that falls for your bullshit, or some other spineless, feckless, cowardly, spineless man who acquiesces to your feminism. You know, and that's basically what it's getting at, because it's the pussification of America. These feckless men are bowing down to the vagina because they'll do anything to get their dick wet. Or they're just literally spineless cowards that have no sense of testosterone in them, and they just acquiesce to these goddamn females like little cowardly wimps. So, whatever. So, there you go.